Hello, hello. Good afternoon. I thought today I would talk about how breath work has made me a better father. I hope, fingers crossed. No, I'm actually confident it has made me a better father, right? I want to touch on that because it just happened this weekend. Something shifted and I was able to witness that moment and it was beautiful and I just wanted to share it with you if that was all right. How breathwork made me a better father. Yeah, so when you're a breathwork facilitator, what happens is you take people along with you on a journey, climbing up a mountain where through the power of the breath, they are able to release whatever pent up emotions, stress, and trauma that has held them back. Yeah, you're able to help them unblock what has been blocked for so long. And when they're at that point of release and emotions come out, it can be quite confronting and nerve-wracking, especially if you've not facilitated a workshop before. Yeah. Some people may be crying. Sometimes it's gentle cries, sometimes it's really loud cries and howls and pain might be coming out. Sometimes people may shout and have their fists balled up and slamming the floor, and anger may come out. So loud emotions. Dealing with the laughter is easy, and when people fall asleep or when people are just in peace and enjoying the moment and bliss, that's easy. But it can be quite triggering when the person is really in so much pain. Yeah. And as a breathwork facilitator, we have to hold space for that, right? So firstly, we have to be present and calm and regulated and not be triggered by those emotions when they arise. And the next thing is you're supposed to support them, right? You're supposed to bear witness to those emotions and let it come out. And that's the whole point of breathwork, letting all those emotions come out. Help the person let go. Yeah. And then you're supposed to support them, and even as simple as just a gentle touch on their head, on their feet, holding their hand. As a guy, I'll put my hand on a guy's chest. We'll have female instructors for the females. But just being with that person, allowing that process to unfold, and just letting that person know that they're not alone, that you're with them, and they're safe, and that they can let it all out. In breathwork, I can do that comfortably, yeah, easily, yeah. Done so many workshops I can't even count now. Worked with thousands of people in those workshops. And last weekend, my daughter was very emotional. She's 7. So I don't like calling it tantrums. It just has a negative connotation to it. So we say that she's going through a lot of emotions at that point in time. And so something triggered her, right? And I think we ran out of cereal or something like that, and that triggered her. And she went into a moment. And she was raising her voice, she was shouting, she was flailing about. And you can see there were a lot of emotions there. And I guess over the years, I was able to hold space for her and allow those emotions to come out. Yeah. And I just only made the connection that breathwork helped me get there just this weekend. So this weekend, same thing. I allowed for those emotions to come out. Slowly, I would try to approach her and offer her a hug and and or ask her, do you want a hug or do you want space? And she, initially when she's going through those, she goes, I want space, leave me alone. And she would go through what's really affecting her and just shout and yell and complain. There's no cereal, no cereal, no cereal. And over time I've noticed there's layers to this. So the first layer was no cereal, and if you give it time and just say it's okay, everything will be okay, let it out, I understand, really empathize, with your child. Are you feeling angry? Yes, I'm angry, right? Eventually, after some time, there's a second layer and a third layer, right? Because then the topic deviated and it wasn't about cereal anymore. It was about her brother. Her brother, did something to her, right? And she would go on and yell and scream and flail about the brother. Like, okay, you're upset about the, Rio, her brother. Are you angry at him? Yes, I'm angry at him. Okay, let it all out. It's okay. Let it all out. It's okay. And that went on, and then we reached a third layer, and that went on. And slowly, I inched my way and saying, can I hug you now? Do you need a hug? Can I hold you? And eventually she let me. So then I had her in my arms, and I was just hugging her, patting her on the back, letting all those emotions come out. And I would just always encourage her to say, breathe. Just breathe. No, I don't want to breathe. Just breathe. No, don't make me breathe. No, I don't want to breathe. Breathe. No, I don't want to breathe, right? And that went on for a while as well. And all I was doing consciously was breathing myself and being consciously patient, being present, being more aware of the moment. And I let her continue on with the process until slowly the anger started to subside. And I just said, kept breathing. Let's breathe together. Let's breathe together. And she finally agreed. And I put her hand on my heart, and I put my hand on her heart, and I said, breathe with Daddy. And at first, she was hyperventilating, right? So it's right? But slowly, we got her to regulate that a little bit more. He goes, Daddy, I'm feeling better. I said, let's just breathe. Okay, perfect, amazing. Let's just breathe some more. And then hit a resistance point, because then anger came out again. It's reared its ugly head again. And in fact, it was anger with a bit of sadness, right? So then she cried, then she started crying again, and a little bit of tantrum, so that we hit a wall, right? Bang. I said, it's okay, let it out, let it out. And I said, are you still angry? She goes, no. I said, how are you feeling? I'm feeling sad. Like, wow, okay. So let's get this sadness out. Just let it go. Let it go. It's okay. Everything will be okay. You're safe. You're loved. You're not alone. Daddy loves you. Mommy loves you. Rio loves you. We all love you. And she was, crying and crying. But that only lasted a little. It was less than, so it was less than the anger, right? So I said, okay, let's breathe together again. Got her to breathe again. She goes, okay, Daddy, I'm feeling better now. Okay, let's breathe a bit more. Daddy, I think I'm okay. Oh, are you sure? You okay now? Oh, how are you feeling? I feel better. Oh, do you feel sad? No. Do you feel angry? No. Do you feel happy? Oh, not really. Oh, well, let's look for happiness. And then I was like, let's look. Maybe happiness is hiding inside your nose. Let's look for happiness there. Let's look for happiness inside your mouth. Maybe it's inside your ear. Then I was trying to tickle her. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to now re-engage her prefrontal cortex. Yeah? Because her emotional side, right? The limbic brain, the brainstem took over, full of emotions. 7-year-old kid does not have, we as adults can't even fucking properly process our emotions most of the time. Yeah, we get angry, we get sad, we don't know what we're doing, right? We think we do, we don't. We don't know how to manage our emotions. Yeah, at least I don't. Let me talk about it that way. I don't. It's still an ongoing thing. Yeah. So what more a 3-year-old child, my son, or a 7-year-old kid, my daughter? And so I'm trying to re-engage her prefrontal cortex to come back online. And we're trying to make light of it, find happiness and find happiness. And she's smiling, I'm tikra and da da da. And next thing you know, she goes, Daddy, okay, done. I'm back to normal. Like, she didn't say I'm back. She's back to normal. So she goes and starts playing with her toys again. And like nothing ever happened before, right? And I look at it and I go, I didn't do much. I just stayed calm and centered and present. And in breathwork, they say, if you can regulate yourself, you can help regulate others. And that really clicked for me. Yeah. So instead of, when a kid throws a tantrum and you get angry and shot back and, no, there's, go on, put your socks on, let's get out of here, or no, we're running late, or we're doing this, or, just eat your food. And, going in a combative mode with them, which really doesn't resolve everything, because they're like this, you're like this, it's just chaos, right? But if they're like this, up and down, up and down, up and down, I don't know why I can't, I'm pretty fucked up in doing that. And you're like this, right? Slowly, they'll match your frequency, they'll match your vibration. And that's what I found. And that realization that I was able to hold space for other people, I should be able to hold space for my daughter and let her process those emotions. And I was so proud of her, because we went in the car and I said to her, babes, I'm so proud of you, Baba. You regulated yourself. You managed those emotions yourself. You went through the roller coaster, but you calm yourself down. I said, most adults can't even do that. I'm so, so, so proud of you. If they can learn to manage their emotions, think about the implications they're going to have growing up in their teenage years and their adult years, right? How emotionally mature they're going to be. So that was a really profound moment for me that weekend. And the funny thing is, that same night, my 3-year-old Rio had an emotional moment in the middle of the night, and he went through those emotions, and I, when he was ready, we breathed together, and he was actually doing really well. He was actually long, slow breaths in and out, and he goes, Daddy, I'm okay now. I'm okay. Do you have anger? No, I'm not angry anymore, Daddy. Are you sad? No, Daddy, I'm okay. I'm ready to go back to bed. I was like, wow. So for me, I just felt it was a very proud moment to me. It's one of the proudest of moments being a father, that I was able to hold space with them. I didn't lose it. Yeah, I was able to be calm, and I was able to be present. It doesn't say I'm not going to lose it in the future. I'm not perfect. It's an ongoing journey for me as well. But that weekend, I was very proud of myself. I was able to hold space for my kids. So, and those lessons came from me being a breathwork instructor, holding space for other people. Right? And I'm not saying you have to be a breathwork instructor to learn all of this, but if you can ground yourself and be present and be aware and be in peace with yourself and your emotions, right? Your kids will pick up on that frequency and that vibration. And you will have a better relationship with them. And that's the whole point of it, right? The whole point of all of this is to have a beautiful relationship with your kids, yeah? So that's my, experience this weekend and my epiphany. And I guess the key takeaway message is, if you're going through the same challenge with your kids, the simplest thing you can remember is to just breathe. And if you can regulate yourself, you can regulate them. Yeah? Cheers.